Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you're both here. And I'm so excited for this conversation because I discovered you. So I'm kind of a big deal. You're kind of a big deal. We're all kind of a big deal. I'm pretty sure that most of the fam, hopefully at this point, knows who you are. But why don't you do a quick introduction anyway, just in case? Who are you and what are the two shows that we were talking about today?
All right. So personally, I am a photographer and I specialize in headshots, premium headshots and events. And I also am an educator where I teach women how to use video to market themselves and their businesses and their brand. And in Ecamm, I am co-host of ENN and Building Blocks with my partner, Fuljens.
Yes. And I am a creative strategist, events photographer, and live video producer. And I am blessed to be weekly co-hosting with Anna on ENN and Building Blocks.
Okay, so we're rewinding back to March of 2021. I was obsessively scrolling through the Ecamm community, which many, if not most of you, are part of. And this video came up, this live stream came up, and here were these awesome people that were playing around with all the different Ecamm features and pushing all of the buttons and doing everything that I had wanted people to do in this space. Walk me through what you were thinking, what those first steps were of being like, oh, we're gonna live stream into the community and we're gonna push the buttons and play around with this.
So I was preparing all the scenes for my personal show live stream, and I was struggling because I was trying to design at that time in Canva. So I was trying to design overlays, and whenever I will bring it in, then I will have to adjust it. It wasn't the same. It wasn't working with where I wanted it to be. So I was completely frustrated. And I will add the text in an Ecamm, but then the text, the box wasn't right. It was just a frustrating episode for me. So I was also at the same time in Zoom with Doc during his class that he used to have. So Fuljens was there as well, but my camera was off because I was working on my show. Mm-hmm. And then Fuljens goes, "Why is your camera off?" So then I said, well, because I'm working on this. So I explained it to him and he's like, hey, you can do that in Ecamm. So I was like, okay, what do you mean? And he said, yeah, I'll show you. So, and then you continue.
Yeah, during that time, we came across these discoveries where we can just create a text box and remove the text from the box and just leave the background. And we have a rectangle, we have a square just from creating text.
Right.
And then we were able to group those together in folders and have them like hide and reveal themselves and fly in. And we're like, oh my God. Oh my God. And we said, you know what? We have to stop what we're doing right now and go into the community and go live and share this right away. And that's what we did.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
That's what we did. Yeah. And that's what you started
having fun. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And here we are designing buy me a coffee lower thirds and all that stuff live.
Right. And then I remember one time, because we started with lower thirds, right? Because that was the hot thing. That's what I was trying to accomplish. So we started with lower thirds, and then as Fuljens mentioned, we we lower the opacity and then here's a shape, and then we can build up on it. So one time Fuljens had his production that he used to do. It was a workout.
For fitness, yeah.
For fitness. Mm-hmm. And he was I'm like waiting for him to be done so that I can text him that I have found a way to create a camera overlay. And I was like, what the hell? So that's when then we started working. We're like, oh my gosh.
Next thing you know, we're able to build the entire scene with text overlays.
Yeah. So that's when we were like, you know what? The fam needs to know this.
Yeah.
So these two were already committed to understanding how to accomplish their goals, right? So they had something in the back of their head that they wanted to work on. They knew what they wanted to build. They were open to asking questions and, helping each other out, learning. They spent the time pushing all the buttons and being blown away and being like, oh, now that does that, let's do this. But collaboratively, which I think goes a really long way. And then they shared back that with the entire community, which is literally what the Ecamm fam stands for and what it exists to be.
And another great thing that made it grow the way it has been, and oh my gosh, we still have so many plans, as you mentioned, right? Was that Fuljens is in a way the opposite of me when it comes to patience on different things. So I could ideate or devise an entire plan. But in terms of having the patience to execute graphics, Fuljens wins. Fuljens is like there, and he just does all of that. I could do it, and when I'm in a super good mood, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna move into this, right? But when it comes to the systems and strategies of it, that's where we are really good together, because he can execute the graphics and bring the show how we are thinking about bringing it, and the ideas that we're bringing for the fam to see what they can do with Ecamm, with all the features that are already in Ecamm, and they don't really have to go outside of the app.
And I think that's what helps us stay on top of different ideas on a weekly basis and whatnot. It could be the day of, and Anna has this amazing idea, and now I have to basically just make it come to life.
Everything.
I have to design it and make it come to life before ENN goes live at 7 p.m. Eastern.
I have stopped doing that though, because he's like, "Can you not do this the day off, please?" And I was like,
"That's a good idea for next week." But here we're just taking it back to the first early days of this show, so that you can see. Because when you watch the show now, like even I'm like, oh man, I gotta step it up. Like, this is very simple compared to what these two are building out in the show. But here, back in the day, let's start with the countdown timer.
10 seconds.
Oh, 10 seconds.
So Anna, I will see you on the other side.
See you on the other side. Guys, so this was just a quick video to show you the things that you could do and how creative you can get in Ecamm using the Ecamm software, as well as the text overlays that we use in here was mainly that, right, Fuljens?
That's right, and we'll come back later on with a quick video on how we designed layers for this news overlay. It seems complex, but it's very simple because it's all built directly inside of Ecamm Live.
Do you cringe a little bit at seeing the OG stuff?
I love it. That was my favorite episode, because it was just like so different. Because you could go into what was it about for you, because you had so many different feelings about it, because you were on air by yourself,
right?
And it was a different narrative. It was a different story that we're telling.
In hindsight, right, looking, I can still feel and hear in my voice that I was like a little bit shaky, but it was a great experience. I know we're gonna do this together, but even then, the show needs to be structured a little bit better to account for these things where you need to breathe, you need to be off camera, you need to, bring different elements to the show to make it more engaging and dynamic. So that was great. But then after that, I was like, Fuljens, listen, let's go into the Ecamm Live community, because they didn't see it.
The real page.
We need to go there, because I cannot stay with this feeling right here. We're gonna go. And then we went back into the Ecamm Live community, and then I felt better because Fuljens and I were on screen, and the fam loved it, and they were completely happy with everything, and their ideas, like they were typing, oh my gosh, I can do this is inside of Ecamm, and we're like, this is what we want.
This
is it.
And I love that your thought coming out of that was like, okay, we need to figure out, we need Fuljens to be on screen. We need to figure out like what those segments are, because you're right, ENN really became a very different kind of show. We want you to think about, as people coming into the show space as Ecamm members here hanging out with us, that there are shows like this where we're having like a casual conversations and interview style show. We're showing different elements. There are shows like BuildingBlocks where these two are like really hands-on and are taking like questions and are sort of like a live tutorial format. And then there are shows like ENN, which really are like news / game show / where you do need those segments. You need to be kind of quick and be bouncing between different concepts and keeping people excited and engaged. That's a different energy, both from yourselves as well as from your audience, than something like this is. So I love that you have these two shows. I love that they're like shining examples of what's possible in Ecamm, because you build it all in Ecamm. So there's no excuses. These, here are these two people who are not only showing you what's possible, but showing you how to do it as well yourself.
The group leader has been identified of the chickens. This is the developing stories that we're following for you tonight. And the leader, this is the leader of the group. His name is the Sultan King. The Sultan King, that is his name. And I hear that there are some group pictures as well of other, there they are. We don't know what they want. Please, you guys, be careful out there. Write it in the comments if you have any developments in the area. This is in Amesbury, Massachusetts that's happening.
I love so much about this clip, but from a learning case study standpoint, what I love the most about this is that you two have always and continue to be so willing to do fun, crazy, silly things, but you do it really professionally. Like, I think there is really something to be said for that, because I think when you are willing to get a little bit silly and a little bit crazy, but willing to do something like that and figure out the best way to do it. It really, like, that show, that was the first episode. It looks like a news show. It looks like a CNN level news show. It's a great reminder, and Paul says it here, that like you really need to have fun, because that's where your energy is coming from. People can sense that. There is, again, like a magic to that if you're newer to this kind of, content creation, or you're the person that has only ever done recorded videos and you've never done, a live stream or a video podcast or any of these other different formats, willing to like be a little bit silly without sacrificing quality or kind of that professional standard that you have, I think can go a really long way. Oh my gosh. So let's talk about the difference between BuildingBlocks and ENN. Is there one that is more fun than the other? Do you like, what's the difference in like process or building or experience between the two shows from your perspective?
ENN is more elaborate because there's so many things that go into it.
Yeah.
And we have the trivia, we have different segments, we have video clips sometimes that we make. So it's teaching, showing the community all the things that they could possibly do with Ecamm in a show, right? Live show, live stream.
BuildingBlocks is more of a creative playground, and thanks to that, ENN was born out of it. But BuildingBlocks is you can also explore different use cases of how to use Ecamm, how to build inside of Ecamm, but at the same time too, you're going to get a more hands-on approach, right? Where we actually go and take you behind, we open up the curtain for you and show you how you can do this, versus ENN. It's like, here's the finished product. What it would look like if you took the time. But on top of that, there's a lot of content planning, much more content planning that goes into ENN versus BuildingBlocks, where BuildingBlocks, again, it's the creative playground, but we spend a lot of time, especially Anna, creating content and putting together a run of show and building a system for ENN.
Oh, well, from all of us here, these two shows are incredible. Thank you both so much for all you have done and continue to do. And we will see you all next time. Bye, everyone.